Yo guys, I analyzed a lot of pros like FNCS when they're cold and polarized in their fighting, and in today's video I'm teaching you how to end fights quick and effectively fight your opponents. Alright, first major point is entry tags. Entry tags are very important and you hear from them in almost every tutorial like this one. The goal here is to tag your opponent before he reads or even sees you. You also benefit from it because it can give a slight health advantage, which is super helpful in firstly winning the fight, but also ending the fight quickly. So always be aware and look around while you're traveling through the map to see your opponent first, or to take less damage when you can build earlier because you saw your opponent going for that entry tag. But let's say for example you are the one getting hit first. That brings me to my next point. When you're getting hit, you shouldn't stay in the box waiting for your ass to get clapped and be looking at your screen like this. Instead, use your mats to create space and try to look for counter damage. Counter damage is important because you can turn the fight around in little seconds, but be cautious to play safely when you counter damage your opponent, otherwise you could die trying to break through all these builds trying to finish the fight. To prevent that from happening is also my next point: pressure. Pressuring your opponents when you have the health advantage could be really devastating for your opponent and would leave him clueless if you pressure correctly. So let's say you hit your opponent hard. What you should try to do is pickaxe his wall, for example. Then you could hold out your shotgun because your opponent will probably go for a play. Or you could go to his cone, pickaxe that once, then go to another wall, pickaxe that, claim his cone, etc, etc. When you eventually take the opportunity to claim his wall, it will most likely be him facing the last wall or cone you pickaxed, making him extremely clueless and could let you finish the fight quick and effectively. Another great tip is to take advantage of piece control and try to pre-piece your opponents. This is really helpful to end fights quick because so many options open up once you have your opponent in your own builds. So take advantage of that, and if you don't know how to do that, what you should totally learn is going on YouTube and searching for tutorials on pre-piece. I will maybe make an explanation video of my own, but for the meantime, I'm sure there are a lot of videos to choose from. Last but not least is reading your opponents and baiting him. This sounds a little weird at first, so let me break it down for you. Imagine you're sitting in your box. A way to get good damage in is to bait your opponents. For example, if your opponent is holding their shotgun out to your face while standing against your wall, would probably mean that they want you to edit so that they can go for a shot. What you can then do is try editing your wall for a short second and immediately resetting it, which would sort of force them to shoot and break your wall instead of hitting you. Then you have two options. A. Place your wall again and edit on the opponent for a free shot, because your opponent now has pump delay, which will give you enough time to hit your opponent and is the safest way and the easiest. But B is basically timing your shot right after theirs and pre-firing your opponent when they shoot the wall. It's more advanced but also effective because you can give them pump delay and hit them hard, so you can edit your wall again, full piece them and finish the fight. That is going to be it for the video. If you like this type of content, please consider subscribing, and I quickly want to say that I took a lot of inspiration from other creators and their tips, so don't flame me in the comments saying I stole their content. But with that being said, thank you for watching.